Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Butler, and you're listening to the Mighty Mommy's Quick and Dirty Tips podcast, which will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Welcome! Today's episode is number 429, 6 Ways to Wind Down the School Year, because now is the perfect time to get all your ducks in a row for the upcoming summer. The end of the school year is filled with mixed emotions for students, parents, and their teachers. It's exciting to be finishing a grade and wrapping up projects, final exams, and team and club activities. But it can also be bittersweet for children who leave behind a favorite teacher, friends that they only see during the school year, and perhaps even a school. The school year may be winding down, but it's also an extremely busy time for families as they tie up loose ends and try to get everything school-related completed so they can kick back and enjoy the lazy days of summer. Before you head to the beach and get into vacation mode, use the remaining weeks of school to get your family organized for the school year ahead. Mighty Mommy shares 6 tips to help you close out the current school year and ease into summer. Tip number 1, a year in review. Once my kids get their final report cards for the school year, their father and I set up individual appointments with our kids, which we refer to as office hours. We usually do this off-site, and we choose their favorite pizza or hamburger place so that we can mix business with pleasure. We use this time to review the highlights of their year, as well as any struggles that they faced, so that we can strategize how to make things better for the following year. Our review includes the following. Academics. How did your child perform academically? What subjects were favorites this year? Were there any academic challenges? What can we do differently to make next year easier or more organized? And then homework. How did your child manage last year's homework load? Do we need to work on organizational skills? Was there a designated homework area at home? Was enough time scheduled each day and week for homework and project assignments? In-school extracurriculars. Was your child involved with in-school extracurricular activities? Do you need to contact any teachers to ask questions about next year? Would your child like to do this again next year, or do you need to request some different arrangement with school personnel before the teachers go on summer vacation break? And after-school activities. Was your child involved with after-school enrichment or club activities or team sports? Was anyone overscheduled or underscheduled? Do you need to contact any coaches or administrators to ask about tryouts or auditions for next year? In addition to the topics above, when you have one-on-one time with your child, you could ask some school-related questions to help facilitate some conversation between the two of you to see how he or she really felt about school. Here are a few discussion points. What was your favorite subject learned this year, and why? What was the least favorite subject this past year, and why? The teacher who had the best teaching style for you? Something you're the most proud of? The best thing that you read or watched this year? And what was the most challenging aspect of this grade? And lastly, did you make any new friends that you'd like to see over the summer? Number 2, organize paperwork. One of the most overwhelming aspects of the school year is trying to stay organized with all the paperwork that comes home in backpacks, binders, or even announcements sent digitally over your school's listserv. If you've been piling up the paperwork for most of the school year, dedicate a few hours, even 30-minute increments will do, and sift through all that clutter. Sort and save the projects, forms, and anything else important, and file that under the current school year. We have plastic storage bins for each of our 8 kids, where we keep only important keepsakes, art projects, academic paperwork, and report cards for each school year. And then, at the end of the school year, we label the year and we store all the files in that bin. I also keep online folders on my home computer to keep digital announcements and forms stored. So at the end of the school year, I clean these out as well so that they'll be empty and easier to work with at the start of the next school year. Make a file for each child for the upcoming school year now. Those first weeks of school are so hectic, and that's when parents are inundated with forms and requests. If you have a file in place now, You'll be ahead of the game for next year. Number 3, mark your calendar. Our school system always releases a digital and hard copy calendar with all of the new school year dates of importance, including school vacation weeks, teacher professional days, holidays, banquets, PTO meetings, etc. Before the school year is done, get out your calendar or your electronics and mark down any important dates, as well as critical sign-up dates or fee deadlines for next year's academics or activities. Make a master to-do list with actionable steps that you need to take before school begins next year, such as ordering special clothing or equipment or uniforms, or performing workouts to get ready for athletic training. I also have my kids do the same on their calendars, so they can see what lies ahead in terms of how available that they're going to be for sporting and other club activities. And help your child keep in touch with classmates. Ask her which friends she'd like to keep seeing over the summer and gather contact information for them. Before school's out, arrange some summer playdates for her so that she knows she can look forward to seeing her class friends weeks after the school ends. If your older child has an email account, encourage her to keep in touch by computer. Tip number 4, organize your summer reading and appointments. Schools usually distribute a summer reading list as well as other learning activities that are recommended for kids to complete throughout the summer. I'll be receiving 4 such reading lists next week, and before the 4th of July, my kids and I will head to the library and start checking out books on these summer reading lists so that we can get a head start on the process. There is nothing more daunting than having your child hand you their required reading list at the end of August and tell you he forgot all about it. Reading doesn't have to be a chore if you can get your kids excited and motivated early on. Mighty Mommy has an incentive program during the summer where finished books and written reports earn movie theater tickets, ice cream gift certificates, and other goodies. In addition to summer reading, the beginning of the summer vacation is also a good time to check your kids' health records to see who needs dental cleanings, well visits, checkups, or other maintenance visits. Schedule them now before summer escapes you, and you're left scrambling at the beginning of another busy school year. Tip number 5, back to school supplies. Please don't think I'm crazy and I've lost my mind by mentioning back to school shopping before you've even pulled out your swimsuit for the summer. It's becoming quite common for school districts to provide their students with organized school supply lists at the end of the school year in preparation for the next academic year. One of the reasons for this is that grade teams decide on the necessary supplies that will be needed before the school year ends. Now, many schools are working closely with office supply companies to provide bundle packages so that families can avoid the crazy hassle of running to a bunch of different stores. Our school works with Staples School Kids. Each kit contains the exact items that your teacher requires for the next school year. Programs like these will save you time, money, and make back-to-school shopping super easy. And tip number 6, celebrate the school year. Most schools have a variety of end-of-school activities and celebrations. Our school has field day, a bike-a-thon, an ice cream social, talent shows, dances, and a few other things that I'm sure I've forgotten. Encourage your child to participate in these events so that they can celebrate with their school friends and the teaching staff. In addition, we like to have our own year-end celebration and do something like head to the beach for a dinner picnic or go see a movie and then head out to our favorite family restaurant. It's a chance to unwind and put some closure on the existing school year and look forward to some much-needed downtime in the warmer months of summer. How do you wrap up your child's school year? Please share your thoughts in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy, or you can post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page. You can also email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. And please visit my family-friendly boards at pinterest.com/mightymommyqdt. And I hope you'll sign up for the upcoming Mighty Mommy newsletter, which is going to be so full of practical advice to make your parenting life easier and more enjoyable. Enjoy these fun end-of-school days with your kids. Thanks for listening. And until next time, happy parenting.